Greetings everyone, this is Elizabeth and I am back with the final part of our project that we started a couple of weeks ago. Here is the first part, and we had done the whole backwash and the bottom half. It was a lot of fun, and hopefully the top half is going to turn out to just as beautiful. I do have my stamps laid out, and this is the Bristol Smooth cardstock style paper that I'm using. It's not watercolor paper or anything special. I wanted something super smooth that we could stamp on in one go. What we didn't want to do extra stamping because it is such a big piece. I don't think it will fit in my stamp positioners, though it might fit in the Tim Holtz one, but this is what we're doing. And we're gonna start with our rock formations. Okay, this is our brick wall, and all of these stamps are Fairy Hugs stamps, which I will post links to in the description for you. And we're not going to use the whole brick wall. We're just going to use a couple of layers, and then we'll do a little bit of brown coloring like it's on the edge of the water. You know, the land's coming out. So we'll do that. So I'm just thinking maybe 3 layers of rocks would be good. Okay, and then with this one, we're gonna stamp this whole thing out here, and then we're gonna clean it, and then we're gonna stamp half of it right next to it, so it's got a really big base. So hopefully this will turn out. We're gonna use our Versafine Claire. I find that one is very rich and pigmented on the first go round. Okay, since we are using all, put it on there right. And I'm just going to start and then move up with our images. And hopefully, cross our fingers, everything turns out. And then I'll be back with you when I get ready to color. Okay, so I'm just going to zoom on through. See you on the other side. stamping is done, I decided not to use the moon. I might change my mind, but right now I'm not feeling it after I placed my castle. Now, I do have some spots that did not stamp perfectly, so we're going to fix that. And then I really liked how close these were, so I'm just going to make some extra marks to make this look like one solid image. And all I'm going to use is a Sharpie, a fine tip Sharpie, okay? And you can find these pretty much anywhere. I'm going to zoom you in so you can watch what I'm doing, and then I'll see you when I'm all done. So we went through with our Sharpie and made some touch-ups. Now, if you double stamp, don't panic. Depending on how wide it is, you can just make it a thicker line or make it look like there's more lines. So I actually made my tree a little bit fuller, and here I just went in and did some scratchy motions, just kind of like they did, to just add that. And I added a little extra flaggy bit there because it was a weird double stamping. But all right, I think it looks pretty darn good for being hand stamped. So what we're going to do now is go in with our Inktense water soluble inks or your watercolor papers, whatever you have handy, and then we're going to color that in, and then we'll move on to our cloudy parts. So I've got just a little bit of water. I don't need much. Got myself a little bitty pen or brush there. So we have our mushrooms, which I think should be an orangey color. And I'm just going to go through color and then activate what I want to activate, because remember, you don't have to activate everything. And then I shall return. We've gone through and colored some stuff in, and see, I just drew a pen line out onto my water. And speaking of that, I should probably draw this little guy some land, because he's not like floating in the water, but maybe let me pencil, because I'm not 100% sure how that's gonna look. So if I do just a little bitty patch of land coming off of this, maybe those are little bitty rocks. Okay, so we're just gonna kind of wiggles and squiggles, nothing spectacular. kind of follow some of the lines from our rock. Just do some wiggles and squiggles. Make this a little bit darker in some areas where they connect. There we go. Okay, now get our pencils back and we'll finish that little land piece up with some browns. And if you just mix your browns, it'll give you a fun, interesting look. And it doesn't have to be perfect because remember, you're going to add some water. So that's going to smooth them out. And we want to be careful because we will activate the blue underneath and turn it green like we did here, which is fine because that part's underwater. This part is a little above and below. There we go. I think that looks pretty nice. Get our little guy some ground to stand on. I'm going to kind of blend that color into this rock a little bit so they really look attached. There we go. Now we have, like, there might be water that goes back into there and then comes this way, and this little heron is going to just do some fishing. Let's get these pencils back. Now for my clouds, you're going to want to grab your normal cloud stencil. I have a homemade one. So any clouds, you know, cloud stencils that you might have. And then we're going to pull out some white ink. And then I do have a brush just for my white. See, my white and my embossing powder. And then we're going to do clouds just like we normally do. Okay, but we're going to keep it kind of mystic. Okay, this is in the clouds, so we're going to get some clouds. Hopefully, might have to use some paint. Yeah. That's right. Sometimes you don't know until you go in, and I like, it's showing up a little bit, but not as much as I want. Okay. Yeah, see, we're kind of seeing it, but not like I want it. So, time for some white. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to crash everything. That's okay. We're going to grab the back of a block, just because it'll be easier to clean. And we're just going to get some acrylic white. We want something thick, okay? Too thin, and this isn't going to work. We're going to load up our brush, okay? And then just like with our blender brushes, we're just going to swirl it right off of our stencil. Okay. And it will be a little bit thick compared to ink blending, but I think it'll be kind of cool. And if you don't like the lines, you can go back in and soften them out. Just gonna dab, okay. Get a big cloud in here. It's all done. Oh my goodness, what a fun project. Oh, okay, let me, can I zoom? Oh my goodness, look at how wonderful that turned out. So I did stop using my stencil. It's basically the same thing. You just go in swirly motions and it'll change the direction of your clouds. I wasn't 100% happy with the harsh lines, so that's why I went in with just a swirly motion and did lots of layering. So we have different shades of white on there. Those ones are really transparent. Well, that one's really opaque. Okay, so, and you could totally take this section and make a card with it. You know, all of, you know, just stamp it the same way and then do everything the same, just on a smaller scale, so you can make each little item a scene on a smaller card and just kind of make it your own design. I'm in love with it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. This is my last video for FairyStamper Hugs. I did enjoy my time with them, and I hope you enjoyed my projects. And I really hope you enjoyed this one. It was so much fun. And until next time, you guys can follow me on my channel, and the links are down in the description. And I'll still be hanging out with FairyStamper on their Facebook page and Instagram, which those links will also be posted in the description for you. So I still want to see what you guys create. Be sure to share and tag Fairy Hugs in all of your wonderful designs. And have a great time, everybody. Bye-bye.